OMG, you guys. Before we get into the episode, there are just a few things I just want to clarify with you. Don't click away. Hold on. Stay right here. Most of the people who watch me are not subscribed. Look at the little analytical here. Do you see that? Sad to me because the people who are not subscribed can't get notifications when I post. And you know what I think? You shouldn't be on social media that much. So click that little subscribe button for me and click that bell icon so you get a little notification when I post. Okay? Please, for me. Also, if you like what I say, you love what I say, and you want me to continue, please consider buying me a tea. I have in the description a little place. It's Buy Me a Coffee. It's like early 2000s thing. If you love what I say, anything you could give, even a view would be appreciated. But if you could give me just a little tea, I can justify continuing this. Thank you, and enjoy the episode. What's poppin', homies, and welcome to Stav's True Plan, the podcast where it's been a minute. It's been longer than I'd ever wanted it to be, ever. And I'm very disappointed in myself. I don't know what to say. I know that I can do better, and that day starts today. Because in the time of my hiatus, I've experienced life in a really interesting way and in a brand new way. And I'd like to share with you my experience. So, what happened to me when I was gone? And this episode the topic will coincide because I think it's really important for what business do I got talking about things I haven't experienced? Or what business do I have talking about things that I haven't witnessed myself? I have no business. So I guess I got all kinds of business talking about this because you know what? I'm living it right now. I really hope you guys can't see this. I'm going to hide it just in case. I have notes. It's important for me to have notes because, notes are really important to get the topic on. Anyway. Do y'all see this? You guys are looking at me with the big ass beard, and it's like, damn, time has fucking passed. Where were you? Okay, hold on. Okay, where was I? For those of you who may know me, I haven't had the best luck with cars. I've had terrible luck with my cars. I'm 21 years old. That's right, I turned 21. Look at me. No other benefit of being 21 other than drowning your sorrows you had when you were 18. See, because now it was illegal to do it at 18, but now it's legal to do it at 21. So now you can drown yourself in the sorrows that you developed early on. America vibes. Anyway, so I haven't had a lot of luck with cars. And I've had in my life so far, let's count them out. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm on my 5th car right now. Okay, I'm notoriously bad at luck with cars. And I was lucky because able to garnering a lot of money that I had through luck. I was able to purchase some of these cars, and I made sure to make good choices. But sadly, right. This trouble with cars has led me to actually seek out financing a vehicle. And I have a beautiful 2017 Subaru Outback. The H6, the 6-cylinder, 3.6R. Oh, bitch. It drives real smooth. It's real safe. The payment's not so bad. It's really good. But it's a domino effect. In order for me to actually afford this car, I have to work. Oh my goodness. So the time had come for me to join the workforce. And I've been enjoying it so much. I work at a PT clinic helping out patients. And it's really rewarding because of what I've been through with my legs. I'm sure you guys know. So really, really, I love where I work. And I'm really blessed to be in the position that I am, to help people, because I've been there. I've been a patient for years of my life. So I know how it feels, and I like to care for the patients the best I can. Anyway, I started to realize something a little bit after I started working, is that it was during the semester, and my schedule was based on this. I would go to work on Monday all day from 9 to 6. I would come home and be exhausted. So what do? Not my homework. I tried to catch up on time that I thought that I was deserved. So I would doom scroll, right? Uh-oh. We'll get there, don't worry. I would go to sleep at that evening. I only really had the time to go to eat dinner, take a shower, and go to sleep. That's really all I had the time to do. After getting home, it'd be around 7. So I don't want to, after doing work all day, I'm on my feet all day, I don't want to do more work. Why would I want to do more work? Anyway, it gets better. The morning after, let's say Tuesday, I wake up and I'm at school. And this semester I had an evening class, so I was at school from 10. My class started at 10:30? 10? I don't remember. And my day ended at 8:30. So now, I get home and it's around like 9 o'clock. Shit. What the fuck do I do? Eat dinner. Not even take a shower. I'm too exhausted. And go to sleep. Then I wake up on Monday to go to work. 9 to 6. And I come home. And the homework that was given on Monday that's now due on Tuesday. The homework that was on Tuesday is now going to be due on Thursday. But on Wednesday, I've come home. I'm exhausted. I don't want to do my homework. Why do I want to do my homework? I always found myself trying to get even. Time that I thought I deserved, right? And I do, right? But there's a problem here. The way the week went, I was busting my ass. If I'm not at work, I'm at school, and vice versa. I'm always somewhere, right? To afford this car. Now tell me, now I've been really happy to have a paycheck, and I'm really proud because the money that I'm getting back, I'm able to divide properly into my necessities money, my pleasure money, my savings. I've done that, and it gives me real security in knowing how much money do I really got. Because if you have a big lump sum in your account, what does that mean to you? What can you do with that? So that's what I've done. But here's something else. There is a beautiful, but there's also the ugly of the situation. I've neglected a lot of myself. I get so exhausted that I don't even want to go to the gym. I get so exhausted I don't even want to take my medications that I have prescribed to me for problems that I seeked a solution for at the doctor. I don't answer texts, or I don't answer phone calls, not on purpose either. And at the end of the day, there are things that I want to do, things that I should do, and I don't have the energy to do them. I wouldn't make my bed. I wouldn't wash my face. I wouldn't brush my teeth. I know that's nasty, but let me tell you, it's bad, okay? I wouldn't take care of myself properly. And not to mention, a lot is required of me in my circles in my life, and especially my family. So, excuse me, I'm sorry. Clip the fucking microphone. So in this whirlwind of, excuse me, in this whirlwind of obligations that I have, what happened to me? What happened to me? I don't go to the gym anymore. I'm not really hungry. I'm stressed. It's terrible. And that's no life to live. So that's what leads us into today's topic. How to not lose yourself in your obligations. This is a really good topic to me because when I'm here at this desk, I am not myself. I am just a speaker. I'm the observer, and now I've come to tell the world what I've seen. So anything that I have to say is how I truly feel about my situation. But when I'm in the moment, you know what I mean. It's holding yourself accountable. This is what this means to me, is that I'm holding myself truly accountable for my actions, okay? Something that I've noticed is that in the story that I told you, what was the main thing that I did? I'm not going to do the Dora thing where I'm like, what is it? What could it be? I'm not going to do that to you. I'm trying to, maybe editor Stav later will put something there, like a little like red little circle or something for fun. I don't know. The main theme of the story that I told you was that I was escaping what's required of me, right? And something that I recognize is that in the escape of your obligations, in the escape of what you have to do because you're tired, you also escape everything else, including what you require of yourself. I didn't wash my face. I didn't moisturize my face. I didn't shower I didn't shower regularly. I was an empty vessel. I was a husk of my former self. I was donating so much energy into my work, into my school, to the point where this past semester, I didn't learn. I didn't synthesize. I didn't get to read. Oh my God. People underestimate reading. For example, something that I learned. Now that's funny. I said I didn't learn, and this is something I learned. Give me a fucking break, okay? Something I learned this semester, my professor had taught me, is the origin of the word leisure or leisure, right? We understand the word of leisure as relaxation, right? When we go at our leisure, it's like, oh, we're going to chill, we're going to go at our own pace, that kind of thing, right? The origin of the word leisure meant work not done physically, work not being done with your hands. And there's a reason why that once upon a time it was only the affluent people, the financially well-off people would go to school, college, higher education. And what is that? Is that to truly learn to read, you have to have downtime. You have to have nothing. You have to have a part of your day that doesn't have things that like work, for example. You need to have your day open to slot in what you should do for your schoolwork. I need to read this book. I need to learn. I need to watch this video to learn. It's if you observe somebody who's studying or doing their homework or reading, they're doing nothing in essence, but they're not doing nothing, okay? They're learning, they're reading, they're furthering their academic prowess, right? So this is the problem. This is the discrepancy, because now I'm going to school full-time and working part-time. So the times typically on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays between my classes, I would typically not have a schedule there. So, okay. So then I can break up my day to my discretion. I can be, okay, I'm going to read for 2 hours. Then I'm going to make some notes, this and that and the other thing having to do with your study, right? So tell me this. They say, right? They say that for every credit hour of a class, that you should study 2 to 3 hours a week. Taking 12 credit hours and times that by 2 or 3, that's 24 to 36 hours per week of studying that you should be doing. And that's your 12. Full time is what, I forget, 15? No, 15's a lot. 14 is full, whatever, regardless. Already working 20 hours a week and adding on top of like that 40 hours additionally, you get beat the fuck out of. Something else in that story that's important to mention is that when I would come home, I attempted to try to get even. And that's a mistake. Because we believe we are owed time. We are owed, because of what we do, we owe it. We're owed that, basically. And that's not true. And you know that's totally not true. And because here's the most important thing of the day, or the most important lesson of the day. And I had a thought, and this is really a really important thing to think about, okay? I used to look at my day being lost to my obligations. I saw it as a negative. I saw the things that I had to do was bad. I saw the things that I had to do stopping me from furthering myself, right? When working is the furtherance of your financial status. It's work put towards your monetary gain. So that's not exactly a negative, right? And something I had to learn is that my day isn't lost to work. No. Just because you're like I'm speaking to myself now. Just because my shift begins at 9, my day doesn't have to begin at 9. And just because my shift ends at 6, it doesn't have to end at 6 either. What you do is just merely a part of your day. It's for me at least, it's a 9-hour long task. Now, we can give that task full priority and lengthen the window of things that we can do that day. We can shorten the window. We can make our day really 9 hours long. Or really understanding that there's no need to get even. Because if you see your obligations as a negative, that's the mistake. That's the mistake. Because it's in the word obligation. You are obligated to do this. This is something that it's imperative that you do this. So that's the biggest struggle that I've had recently. How do you not lose yourself in your obligations? It's understanding that your life is in your hands. It is in your power to control how you feel. It is in your power to control how you act. This is such a simple thing. How many times do I say this? You know, you need to see the tasks in your life as a positive, not a negative. So you don't have to get even, or you feel as if you deserve this time. Because let me tell you the truth. You do deserve this time. But you deserve this time once you've understood that there are things that really need to get done. Oh, and they need to get done. For example, I get off of work at 6 p.m. and I'm exhausted. And that day's a gym day. And I didn't get to go in the morning. I drive past the gym on the way home. I look at it, get disgusted. I'm disgusted. And I continue driving. But then I'm disgusted at myself for not going. So not only I don't take care of myself, I'm also in pain because my muscles are getting weaker and weaker, and my shoulders hurt, my hips hurt, my knee hurts. And on top of that, I'm walking all day back and forth, running like crazy to help patients. Uh-oh. It's true, we're not machines, okay? But truly what the human is capable of is akin to a machine. It's kind of crazy what we can do if we put our mind to it. So if truly a machine works, like for example today, I spent fucking $100 to change my oil and a cabin air filter. Overpriced? Yes. Did I get gypped? Yes. Am I going to do it myself? No. So I didn't get gypped. See? Stav math. But you know what? You need to do these maintenance things to keep your car running. You know, you got to get that oil change. You got to change the radiator fluid shits. You got to change the transmission fluids and shits. You got to have coolant in your shits. You got to have shits and shits and shits and shits. Because you know what? People don't really understand that in owning a car, there are expenses, right? And they're owning a car, there are maintenance things you have to do. When you own a car, you also are accountable for its gas. You're accountable for its tune-ups. You're accountable for its tires. That's just like you are as a human being. There are so many ways to take care of yourself. Your machine. Do you moisturize after the shower? Do you exfoliate? Do you take care of your pimples, salicylic acid? Do you drink enough water? Are you intaking enough protein with your food so you have a nice balanced diet? You are in every way an organic machine, okay? And when you deprive your machine of things that you require of yourself or things that you want to do, it's not required. But I'll say that the things you want to do, you should require of yourself. Because the value of self-care in the grand scheme of your what's the word I'm looking for? In your production as a robot or as a machine. Because you know what? In this society, we're flesh and bones, but we are machines. We're treated as such, okay? The day never ends, okay? The day will never end, okay? Until it does. So it's really imperative that you understand that your obligations are not negative. They're not evil. They're not bad. You just see them like that because you believe that they cut into the time you believe is deserved to you. And although that you deserve time for yourself, understanding that there's nothing you can do about time that's already spent. Why cry over spilled milk? Why cry over a purchase that you made and you can't do a refund? Look at the money you have left and see what you can do. Okay? Every month there's bills. Every month there's bills. You have to pay that money. You have to pay it. You must. So in your life, you have to spend an X amount of the day with your work. It's non-avoidable. It's non-negotiable. It's just not going to happen. But what can you do about that? Well, how much money do you have left in the day? Time. Remember, time is equal to money in Stav land, okay? And that your life is a piggy bank, and if you're caught up, this is annoying to you. This is the third time I've talked about this shit. It's the third time. What are you gonna do about it? Well, okay, hold on a minute. I might have... If 1 hour is $1, okay, and I've spent if there are $12 in each day, right? Is that true? No, there's not 12. That's 12 hour. How many hours are, let's say, carry the 3, factorial that, log base 3 to the third power factorial? I don't know. But let's say if you wake up a little earlier, you actually have a lot more money to play with. You have a few more hours to play with. And there's no getting even. Because guess what? If you budget your time, go to sleep early, if you budget your money, then you can wake up earlier and feel refreshed. And if you feel refreshed, maybe you can go to the gym prior to work. Wow. Isn't that amazing? Then you would feel more accomplished. But listen, you have to have that strength. And you have to have that drive. And you must, because you should require that of yourself, okay? And your obligations to not lose yourself is to understand the value of yourself and to know that you would never do that to yourself. You would never consider it. Why? Because you love you. You love you. Okay? And you know what? Sometimes you got to do things, spend your money on things you don't want. But just know that in a good life that's up to you, you always have enough reserved for your pleasure, for what you want to do. You always reserve time for the things that you truly want to do. You always will. Because why? Because nobody else is going to do it for you. No one else. You are responsible for your own money and time. When I say money, I'm not talking about cash. This is a big old metaphor. It's a big, huge metaphor here. Okay. This is what I've learned. And I'm saying this because, well, like a diary. You know what I mean? This is what Stav's true plan is, my plan for myself. Stav's truest plan for himself. And you know what? I find that when I look into the lens, not only do I see the 10 people who see this, I also see myself. I see myself in this camera because I'm going to look at this footage later and I'm going to listen back. And then after I'll do that, I'm going to finish editing and I'm going to watch it again. I watched it so many times throughout the process to make sure everything's okay. So this is a little blog, a little video diary. And if I can have an audience, that'd be beautiful. That is everything I've ever wanted. And that's my goal with Stav's True Plan. And again, I am so sorry for being gone for so long. Months ago, I was at the gym. And I saw one of my viewers who's also a classmate of mine. Really nice man. Really good dude. I love him. He's a great guy. He came up to me. He says, "Hey, Stav, what's going on? It's been a while since you posted to the podcast." And I said, "Man, I've been so busy. I've been so exhausted. Haven't been able to record." And he said me this. I'm paraphrasing. He says, even though that you don't see comments or people respond to your posts, people, even if you don't see it, just know that it makes a difference to people who watch you, and it makes a difference to me. And that's what he told me. And every fucking day that I wake up, every day since he told me that months ago, I think about it, and that I have an obligation to you guys. I have it's not a job, but I have an obligation to myself and the people who rely on me. There's no greater privilege on earth than hearing that somebody was touched by my words. That somebody really got value from what I said. There's nothing that warms my heart more. I believe my true calling in earth, here, being alive, my true calling is to teach people that their growth is in their hands. We are responsible for our own growth, like I've said countless times. And it's about time that I face the music. It's about time I wake up, smell the coffee. It's about time I'm out of phrases. I don't know any more phrases, but I think Stav is getting the point. You need to practice what you preach. You need to work more, work harder, especially on the things you love, because that is what gives life meaning. Is engaging in what you love, in loving something that helps others, and engaging in that, and spreading that, and showing that. That's what you should expect out of yourself. Stav. You fuck. Oh my God, you guys. Thank you for being patient with me. I'm not gonna let that shit happen again. But just know that I'm a human being and I try my best. So please bear with me. I'm gonna try to be regular now. I'm on winter break, so I'm gonna build habits that I really, really should follow now, so that when the time comes and when the next semester comes and I don't have the time to experiment with new habits, that I have it locked down. I have it on lock. And that will be it. This has been another episode of Stav's True Plan, everybody. Thank you so much for sticking with me. And you know what? It's a Happy New Year soon, in just a few weeks. 2 weeks? Is it 2 weeks for the New Year? I think it's 2 years. 2 years. 2 weeks. So Happy New Year, everybody. I might do a little like New Year's episode. I'm gonna check it out. If I don't do a New Year's episode, check out my New Year's special. I think it's the first video I actually ever recorded, like a video. So give that a look. Give it a see. I was really proud of what I said during that video, and when I had recorded that video, I learned a lot more since then. So you can even see like little old Stav's True Plan, you know, what I did back in the day. Well, thank you very much, everybody. Catch you in the next episode. Kisses. Ooh.